Hello, this is Dr. Janice Seto, and I am narrating this first video of the principles of design that you'll find very helpful in this course, Grade 12 Media Arts. So this will be a good semester. We'll be ending this course in December, and I hope that you have a lot of creativity to come to the class. So thank you very much. So why are we doing the principles of design? What it does is design has these elements that if you use very well and you target to a message, then it'll make you more effective. And being more effective means when you actually get a job or you start your own company, then it's the best use of your time. And design is something that in Southeast Asia, especially in Malaysia and the Bati, is maybe something you've grown up with. So some of this may be repetitious, but I hope you enjoyed the video anyways. It's about 15 minutes. And this PowerPoint will be broken up into two parts. So when we look at the principles of design, it's how the elements of a visual image are used and placed together. So color and then shape and form and texture. These are very, very important elements. Now, one thing I'd like to emphasize, and it's not often seen in Western art theories, is the use of space. Notice this image. This is an image that's very famous. This is Li Bo chanting a poem. And notice only a few strokes of ink. With Chinese ink and paper and water artwork. So space, it doesn't have to be filled. Space tells a total story. Whereas I think in Western art, they just like to make sure all your bases are covered. But as you can see, Eastern art's not necessary. Don't be afraid of space. One of the things I'd like to mention is if you don't have a clarity of message and you focus on the techniques and doing things just for the sake of doing things, what you have is you have a hot mess. And it's like, what's the point? You need the message isn't clarified, it's not defined. People maybe find it boring, repetitious, not stimulating, and it's just a waste of time and effort because there's no unity there. Now, what happens when you have something that's boring? People are different. It's neither here nor there. What the point of art and design is to shake people from their boredom, the predictability, and this happens by provoking tension. So using what we've seen as elements of art, let's go over some ways in which they provoke tension or response, get people interested in what's being presented. Now, in order to do this video, I had to check my sources, and I used a variety of sources from the internet. Reputable sources include the Getty and Cornell University, and some from the world of motion pictures. So unity, I think, is the most important thing, because you've got to know what your goal is in mind. A lot of art courses, they put unity at the end. Here are the different elements, and here's what it's supposed to be. I prefer to, what is your goal? What is it supposed to convey? And once you know that, once you keep that in mind, then you take all the different elements and you put it together. So if you notice, this is, the actress is right in the middle. She's different from everybody else who seems to be wearing black. She's wearing white. And it's very fluid, whereas it's everything else seems to be rather structured or tight. Notice the picture, there's straight lines. And so the unity here is, it's a party. And she's the center of attention, she's the hostess. And every element here highlights what her, the fact that she's the principal protagonist in this tale. So unity and balance. Balance is the next thing. Now balance is making sure that things are rightly placed. So if it feels right, it's peaceful, it's stable. And so one way is symmetrical balance. So things on one side are similar to things on the other side. You look at this logo for donuts. You notice here, um, well, horizontally, vertically, very much in balance. You've got these points in it. So a donut's supposed to be a peaceful, happy place that you go to in order to be cool, have something to eat. It's good. Now, I'm going to show you something that is off balance. Okay, so there's asymmetrical balance. The sides are different but still look balanced. Okay, that's not what's happening here. What you have here is there's a bit of radial balance. Here's the central point, and it's a swirly pattern in her hair. Now, I said this is not balanced. I mean, it doesn't obey the rule of threes. So, was Alfred Hitchcock very careless when he set this up for his film Vertigo, which is a film? It's not a film. It's art. It's an absolutely wonderful film. It's so well crafted, and it's Alfred Hitchcock is not like Steven Spielberg. Steven Spielberg is talented. Alfred Hitchcock is a genius. So this is deliberately set off balance so that when you see this, you don't feel peaceful. You don't feel stable. There's something definitely off about this image, and this is an intention by Alfred Hitchcock. So as I say, balance, be aware that balance is there for a purpose. If it's off balance, you're creating tension, off-putting this, feeling distrust about what you're seeing and what you're feeling. And if that's your intention, good. Just be careful that what you produce is in sync with your goal. So we've got unity, balance, and then emphasis. So in the visual field, what is it that the creator wants you to see? Now here, this image, okay, you notice everything seems to be a bit muted, shaded, almost sepia, except for something like this. And you've got some whites here, but this is drawing your mind's attention to the fact that, okay, we're at the port city, and this is the Chinese area of the port city. So very subtly done without having to put a big banner that says, "Welcome to Chinatown." Wait, so besides unity, balance, emphasis, there's movement. Where does your attention go? Where energy goes, attention flows. So where's the focus on this? Well, it can be delineated by shapes or edges or colors. Take a look at this. This is an image from the film Apocalypse Now by Francis Ford Coppola, also a great piece of art. So they're going that way, going from left to right. Baby bear, mama bear, daddy bear, and grandpa bear, all going in this direction. Alright, so besides movement, like what's the pattern here? What's being repeated over and over? This is from Rear Window, from the perspective of the guy living inside this apartment, looking outside. And looking outside, it's not terribly exciting. There's a repetition of what he's got. He's got rectangles. They've got rectangles. In fact, the rectangles have rectangles, and the shutters are rectangular, and the windows panes are rectangular. In fact, everything here is rectangular. I mean, the stairs are not spiral. It's very much balanced. And remember, with balance, it's very peaceful. So you're supposed to feel that there's stability. Repetition, sort of the pattern is sort of, boring. Okay. So now let's take a look at repetition. The repetition, we get the sense of something being of great importance. Oh, look here. Which color is in season now? Well, it looks like it's green. This is well done, but it's not boringly well done. So you do see the green, the lime green, but you notice that there's blue, there's beige, and there's white. There's no other color that overwhelms or dominates the story that neon green is the color of the season. Right, so proportion. So, relativity in size. So if things are proportionate, as in you don't have to, like somebody that has a normal size head, or the briefcase is proportionate. Like ladies, when you buy a handbag and you're short, you don't want to buy a huge hunking handbag. It just is out of place. At the same time, if you're a statuesque woman, you don't want to carry a little mini thing either. So proportion is very important, and I'll just show you a poster from another very well done work of art from Alfred Hitchcock, and it's North by Northwest. So there's Cary Grant, the protagonist, who's running towards the viewer, and he's running. Why? Well, there's a plane chasing him. That's a very famous crop duster scene. You also see that in the background are these huge heads. Their huge heads are bigger than Cary Grant's, who's much closer to us. So there's discomfort in the way it's laid out. And North by Northwest, which sounds like a boring title, it's really an exciting film. And so this poster helps convey that. Alright, rhythm. We're getting very close to the end of this first video for this PowerPoint. Rhythm. So basically, rhythm is not chaos. There is a planned, controlled set of movements. And you can be rest assured, if that's happening, that is supposed to convey a certain mood, a certain feeling or emotion. So, disco music, for example, the rhythm is to get you agitated and not wanting to, I guess, dance. Let me show you this. The rhythm of the scene. You've got, there's sort of like a houndstooth repeating pattern. This is sort of like an old school tartan repeating. Okay. What else is repeating is formal wear. She's got jewels on. He's got a tuxedo on. I think it's black tie, or white tie. So it's very formal setting. And you see that there's a bucket of champagne. So that seems to be, I would like you to know a couple of things that there's something odd about it. So one of the things that's odd here is normally when well-dressed people are drinking champagne and they're sitting on a couch, they're trying to, celebrate something, maybe something romantic going on. And here's the very handsome William Holden, and he's with a woman who's wearing, a low-cut dress, and actually it's a strapless dress. Now the woman here is the same woman here. This is her when she was youthful, maybe 20, 30 years ago, and there she is now. So what's going on when you've got a very handsome young man with a woman who's not a different generation, and they're celebrating something with champagne? Something's going on. So there's this is a bit discarding.
Yes, hello, 266. Please proceed to contact the caller. Thank you.
So we're almost close. We're almost finished. Here is, let's look at the role of variety. If you have something, variety means something that is not predictable or boring. So let's take a look at this. This is an image from the movie The Godfather Part 2. So the variety is, it's a party. It's a scene that's celebrating New Year's, and it's in Cuba. And so everybody's got hats, they're drinking, they're having a great time, and so you expect everybody to be really happy, very consistent. But there's a variety here in that you've got a variety of emotions. Well, because these two don't look like they're in a celebratory mood like everybody else is in the scene. So it introduces an element of discordance. Something's off. And I don't want to spoil the film for you, but just pay attention to that. Anyways, that's the end of this. part of the video. And we'll see you next time.